For the past 5 years, I have been working on a polar passion project, a biopic set in Antarctica. On my latest filmmaking expedition, Graham and I have come to Norway, and in parts 1 and 2, we survived blizzards, climbed glacial mountains, and even did a spot of time travelling. In this final episode, we embark on a polar safari, practice our skiing, and I attempt the most physically demanding shot of my filmmaking career.
Dad? Almost dead?
We awoke to glorious weather, but that was no good for filming.
It's minus 23 out there now.
Minus 23.
Yeah, it feels like minus 32.
Alright,
We're good.
to the hills.
We decided to explore the mountains to the north of the town. Rumour was that there was a hut somewhere up there.
Look at that monster.
Oh wow. That's James Bond death right there, isn't it?
Got across just in time.
There's like direct access to the undies here.
Graham was warming up and had already started to shed some layers.
Full ventilation.
You'll be in your undercrackers before long.
Oh yeah. It'd be like something out of Jackass, like Party Boy.
This is mostly the uphill for the whole trip.
Yeah.
It's just getting up from the town, and it's going to be, I mean, it won't be flat, but it'll be much less of an incline.
Yeah.
It'll be pretty steady from now on.
You think it'll come back this way?
Probably. I mean, there is a circular route, but that's longer. Top of the hill.
How you want to go up to the horizon there?
I think that's where the trail leads.
Can't see the town anymore.
Got all the cloud and snow off the top of the mountains over the glacier.
The one we were at yesterday is that one.
Yeah.
It looks a lot bigger from here. I just noticed I put my skis on the wrong way. Armist's face is all messed up now. He's looking pretty glum. I don't know if I'd have him at my dinner party. But he's getting me places, and that's all that matters. As long as he can get me home.
Well, Edmondson got back, so you're alright. As long as we haven't got Captain Scott skis.
Yeah.
That would be foreboding.
Not available in Norway. Wonder why.
I'm gonna go and have a look over here.
Has just been for a piss. Was it a good one?
Lovely. I guess the hut is over the next hill. More false summits. I think so. They're quite big, but close together.
got a bit of a rhythm.
Yeah.
It's like fours. Doing a little hop. It's been pretty awesome this walk this way. Like, it's definitely different to what we did yesterday. You just feel like it's going on forever.
See the hut? Looks like a little fairy tale gingerbread cottage covered in icing sugar.
Yeah.
You'll find Little Red Riding Hood in there, or 3 Hungry Bears or something.
Definitely feels about as far away from civilization as I can say I've been. I know Prince is just down there, but to look around, there's just this little hut and that's it.
What's the name of this one?
Klemsbu.
Klemsbu. It's like we're a million miles away from anything else, civilization-wise. Beautiful.
It's pretty spectacular.
It turns out the hut did have occupants, but fortunately it wasn't 3 Hungry Bears.
Hello. Wow, this is cozy.
You think?
Wow,
Hello.
this is luxury.
That's nice. It's nice. It's a lot nicer than Appleton out there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we are opening up and we are selling waffles and.
Oh wow, so we come a day too early. You don't have anything ready just now, do you?
No, we have just started to make it a bit hotter in here. So I think we are on -5 degrees now.
Oh, inside.
Inside.
We are just here for the weekend. Each weekend.
I see. So you're just here for a couple of nights.
Which one would be easier on the skis for someone
The
with...
easiest one, I think, is this way.
Yeah.
So it's easier and quicker to go the longer way down?
No, it's not quicker. It's not.
easier.
I don't think
Very
it would be
much
quicker, but it's not that steep. That's over here.
So it could be easier and more pleasant.
Yeah, and then you have done the whole round.
Yeah.
The Klemsbu round.
It's been nice just to meet everybody. Everybody we meet has some sort of story about amazing expeditions that they've done, and I mean,
Puts us to shame.
it really does put us to shame. Like I've been to the Himalayas or like the Dolomites and stuff like that, and they were amazing experiences. But Greenland, South Pole, yeah, everybody's got some sort of story. That whole idea of Svalbard with the polar bears,
amazing.
like amazing, but also kind of scary.
Yeah, I've been there many times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What do you?
Have you been there?
No.
And you have to go. But if you do it once, you are caught. I think I've been there 7 or 8 times now.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And walking around with a rifle on your back when you're outside the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not allowed to go if you don't have a rifle
All right.
because of the ice bears.
Right.
Polar bears.
That's what we call it.
East beyond.
Yeah. We were filming on the lake. Like we went way out to near the far end of the
The
lake.
end of the lake.
Yeah.
And we were just filming. He's on a camera, I'm on a camera, and you just get so focused looking through this. And I said to Alex, it's like, imagine if we were in Svalbard, you just couldn't like focus on. You'd have to still like.
Yeah, we're concentrating on filming,
Yeah.
and there could be a polar bear coming up next to us. We
Yeah.
wouldn't know.
and you can't hear it.
Yeah.
There, it's
Yeah.
it's gonna.
Yeah.
It's like this English saying that about bears. If it's brown,
Lay down.
lay down.
If it's black,
fight back.
attack.
And if it's white,
Say good night.
It's so cool to hear these stories. You don't get to hear these stories.
So next weekend you are going to Svalbard.
Yeah, I mean, if the opportunity comes up, that would be nice. Definitely. Go with the locals' advice.
Down the longer route,
Yeah.
the shallower route.
I think consider our abilities.
Yeah. It's nice to go different routes, see some different scenery. All good?
Oh, good.
Look at that.
Real. It looks like Sahara.
Yeah.
Real, isn't it? See like a rainbow orb?
Oh yeah. Wow.
Still annoying that we're kind of pushed the time now.
I think we'll be fine. Even if it took as long as it did to get up, we'll still be getting in at sunset.
Yeah.
The waffle magnates at the hut said someone had seen a reindeer down this way.
Quite long with small print. Yeah.
That could be the reindeer. It goes
Oh yeah.
Goes up from there. Keep our eyes peeled.
I'd like a photo of us slightly top down.
Before it got too dark, Graham wanted an aerial view of this spectacular landscape. The sun was beginning to set, and so we continued back down towards the town.
That was awesome. That view, that's one of the best views you'll see. That was class.
They've got to be reindeer tracks.
And then we saw it.
Dinner.
Yes.
I think it's a reindeer calf.
Or canter. He ain't gonna come any closer. We'll move on. Try and pass. I think he wants to come this way, but he just doesn't want to pass us. And this is what keeps us out into the dark.
Yeah, this is going to be our undoing.
Oh, it's coming our way.
It's so cool to see a reindeer in the wild. Even if it is really far away. What's he even eating? Give him some chocolate raisins, will you? Give him the shits. So many of these tracks. A whole load of them's definitely come through here.
Yeah.
Loads of tracks.
Yeah. Seeing a reindeer out in the wild like that. Just makes me want to go home and have some reindeer meatballs. The look on your face is like, oh, you can't say that.
Down into the town. Bye, little reindeer.
Oh, cool.
But the evening's excitement wasn't over yet.
Oh, and we're off again. I think you got the right idea. Fresh snow is slower.
Oh, totally. It's just a nicer feel. It's more comfortable.
As we neared the town, Graham only had one thing on his mind.
Reindeer meatballs and mash. It's got to be like a things to bangers and mash. Got a gravy there and everything. It's like we haven't done that combo. I think that's the right combo. I guess let's just go back to the Red Boy. If we went to the hotel, it'd be dark by the time we get back. Sleep on the other side as well.
I think we're just getting tired. It's the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah. I've fallen over more times than you.
Have you reckon?
Oh yeah, I've definitely fallen over about 6 or 7 times.
All
You
right.
haven't even seen them. I fell over a few times when I was looking, but not like in a big way. But you've definitely fallen over the more spectacular ways. So there you go. You win.
Do I win or lose? I'm not sure. Let's take this easy, shall we? I don't want to go flying down onto the rails.
So much for going straight back to the cabin.
Red face.
Time for a beer.
Look at those icicles. One cold beer, please.
It was a good day.
Cheers. Yeah, it was awesome. I loved that today. It was great going up. I loved going up. Like the views were fantastic, but once we got to the little hut and then started the descent, it was like
I'm so glad we came down that route.
yeah, it was like next level. Like it was phenomenal. Yeah, that journey today was my favorite thing of the week. Yeah.
All downhill from here then.
Yeah. Tomorrow's gonna be horrific. And that's kind of what you're after.
Yeah, it's the big day tomorrow, but yeah, it's gonna be tough. Go our guns blazing.
Yeah.
We got up early and set off into the mountains. It was our last day of filming, and there was only one shot left to get. It wasn't long, however, before I began to have trouble, and this time it wasn't with the skis. Even zigzagging across the slope and digging in with the sides of the skis, the weight of the sledge was dragging me downhill.
It's just this icy patch. It's pulling the sledge down.
Then the sledge had another trick to pull. Righting the sledge, I'd make a little more progress before it happened again. Flatter sections were a welcome reprieve, for every incline meant sliding back with every step. Finally, the hut was in sight, but then my old nemesis returned.
You go well.
Yeah, we're nearly there.
Yeah, you did really well.
Last bit. Just gotta get the skin sorted. If I can get out of this damn ski. I'm gonna sort Nansen out. It's my turn to have him the wrong way around today. Okay. Right, final push. How many paces of that?
About
5?
Yeah.
4? It's the same one every time.
Alright, I think we're done for on that for a while.
Yeah.
Let's just go snowshoes the rest of the way.
Not captured on camera was the second time the skins came off.
3 times in
Yeah.
as many paces.
On snowshoes, I pushed on to the hut.
Made it.
Back at Hotel California.
Sledge is still there.
Yeah, sure is.
It's like wood.
We chose to eat lunch outside the hut, as on the last 2 visits we felt distinctly colder after having gone in and then come back out. We didn't want to risk getting comfortable.
Oh man. You know you can get those Oreo ice creams? It's a bit like an ice cream now because it's so bloody cold. It looks a bit like an Oreo.
I started to set up the camera, but was soon beset with problems. The extreme temperature was beginning to take its toll on the equipment.
I can't move the dovetail back. It's all frozen in place. There we go.
Nicely done.
I had a bit of a butt pucker moment. We've cracked the lens cap. Yeah, lens is fine. So when we go back down, nothing in front of that lens.
Except for that.
That's what did it.
Really?
all the bumps and stuff. I think it's just. I think the cold alone won't have done it.
It's a 2.
But it's
gone brittle.
yeah. Oh, this feels. Be careful of that.
I brought the spare air hose this time, but that suffered the same fate.
It's gone. That's why we bought tape. This isn't very sticky in the cold either. Okay, camera's running.
Looking through the viewfinder, I was in for a nasty shock.
Jesus.
This time, I might have pushed my luck too far.
Have a look through that.
In a bad way. Dead? Camera's dead.
Well, the camera's on. That sensor does not look happy.
After a couple of minutes of being switched on and then power cycling the camera, the sensor had thawed out and fortunately came back to life.
Getting an error on the black balance.
Really?
Yeah. Right. We're just gonna have to go as is then.
So you get the picture?
I'm getting picture now.
Whilst the camera remained conscious, I loaded up the wooden sledge and ventured higher into the mountains for the opening shot of the film. As I stumbled my way up to the summit, I reminded myself that with each step, I was literally and figuratively one step closer to capturing this shot. A shot that I'd been planning for over 2 years and was almost certainly among the most physically challenging things I've ever attempted. What was the shot? I hope you'll forgive me, though for reasons that will become clear once the film is finished. For now, it must remain a secret. With the shot in the can and the camera at the limits of functionality, we called it a wrap. The shoot may have finished, but the expedition wasn't over. We still needed to get back.
I'm gonna have to lead it like a dog. This must be what it feels like to walk a Great Dane or some massive dog.
When it wasn't trying to trip me up going downhill, it weighed me down on the uphill sections. But as it turns out, it wasn't just the weight of the sledge that was causing me to struggle.
Even on the flat, I'm not making any progress in the right leg. It seems fruitless to fix it. When you're out and about, it just doesn't work, does it? A bit of uphill. So it carries on up around the corner a little bit, and then it's pretty much down from there, I think.
The town was finally in sight. Graham and I were exhausted from the day's efforts, but the sledge still had some fight left in it. I'm glad to see I wasn't the only one having trouble with their sledge. Well after sunset, we finally made it back to the cabin.
Well, that was a very different day to yesterday.
Yeah.
I think my balaclava and my buffers like fused together. Yeah, they have. They are one.
As we thawed out, I reflected on the trip. We had come to Norway in search of blizzards. That we got, but we would be leaving with so much more than just camera footage. Having tried the tools and techniques of the past, I now have even greater respect for the polar pioneers in whose footsteps I follow. With a wooden sledge, a pair of woolen gloves and a dash of tenacity, anything seems possible. But perhaps more important than any piece of equipment are the people with whom the experience is shared. No matter the conditions or the difficulty, good company makes any adventure all the more worthwhile.
Skull.
We packed up our equipment ready to leave, but it seemed that Finse had other plans. On the day of departure, we awoke to find heavy snow had fallen overnight. It was an ominous sign that Finse didn't want us to leave.
What's going on, Graham?
We don't know. It sounds like the train ain't going to be coming for a while.
We really need this train to turn up. Otherwise, we're not getting a flight.
Yeah, it's going up a minute. The ETA is going up a minute every minute.
Yeah.
What does the website say? Closed for rail traffic. Uncertain how long it'll take before the trains run.
Not good.
Once again, we were trapped on Hoth.